Just awful news this morning as we learned that one of the real bright spots of this NBA season, and of course we're talking about Zion Williamson, will be sidelined for the foreseeable future with his injury.
Oh no, Hank.
Yeah.
The Chicago River winding its way through the heart of the Windy City. Our sight tonight. Welcome, everybody. Thanks for joining us for NBA action on 2K Sports. Our game tonight featuring the Toronto Raptors as they go up against the Chicago Bulls at United. And a chance now to look at the schedule for the Raptors. On Monday, they'll go back home and will be hosting the Orlando Magic. Then on Wednesday, they'll be matching up with Andre Drummond and the Detroit Pistons. Here are the five for the Raptors. Siakam at power forward with Gasol at center. Lowry and Powell, the guards. And it's Johnson in at small forward. And for Chicago, White and Levine team up in the backcourt. Porter and Markkanen, the duo at forward. And it's Carter in at the 5 down low. Early on, players vying for larger roles and more minutes. With some changes. Serge Ibaka, he's checked in for Gasol. Hollis Jefferson comes in for Johnson. And it's Fred VanVleet in for Norman Powell. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. And Coach Jim Boylan agreeing to a multi-year extension with the Bulls this summer, Greg.
And taking that interim tag off his title as head coach, Boylan, with over 30 years of coaching experience, afforded the opportunity to continue developing this young core.
Guys, how about the journey of the Raptors' Nick Nurse? So well traveled before taking the head job in Toronto. This guy has shown his worth. In his first season as a head coach in the NBA, it translates to a title. Absolutely incredible.
Pass to Hollis Jefferson. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Fires the 3. VanVleet can't get it to go. Bulls trail by 13. And Coach Nick Nurse paid some dues, Doris, before his turn as head coach of this Toronto team.
Well, think about it. Early in his career, he's a player coach in the British Basketball League. Then he goes and establishes a G League franchise in his home state of Iowa. Then to lead that team to a title in 2011, join another G League team for the Raptors and win a title in 2013. Really an incredible journey, guys.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
And it's blocked by Ibaka.
Boy, great extension from Ibaka. His length always a factor.
Some changes for Chicago. Valentine comes in for Otto Porter Jr. and Satoransky's subbed in for Zach LaVine. Anunoby, he's checked in for Toronto. Toronto leading by 13. Here's Hollis Jefferson. Thaddeus Young grabs the miss.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Stolen by VanVleet. There's 45 seconds left here in the opening quarter. And that's out of bounds. Toronto will retain possession. The Bulls making a switch here. Done. Teams changing it up here. So the Raptors 5 right now. Lowry and Powell, the guards. Siakam at power forward with Gasol at center. And it's Johnson in at the 3. And the shot goes in from Siakam.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
One thing we've learned in the NBA, the game is never over. So you've got to continue to score, continue to build your lead. You have to appreciate the doggedness and intensity on the glass. Wow.
Passes it to Powell. They get a hand on it. Siakam inside. He's guarded by Markkanen. It's good.
You can see it. Once this guy gets his rhythm, he is so hard to slow down. What an excellent night for him and his team.
And you look at Wendell Carter Jr., the center out of Duke. Fantastic blend of size and mobility. A lot to like about what he can do.
From 12 feet out. The shot by Lowry, no good.
Listen, we know the mid-range game is in this guy's arsenal, but you wonder, should he have moved it just one pass more?
And with Wendell Carter Jr., we saw flashes of his potential last season.
Easy to see why he was a snap pick at 7 for the Bulls back in 2018. As he gets more comfortable in his role and his teammates lean on him, he could be a force.
Lets it go with a 3. Siakam pulls it in. Siakam's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. On the wing, Johnson. Guarded by Porter. Pass to Siakam. And there's the pass to Powell. And out of bounds as the Bulls gain possession.
That almost looked like bad communication. You hate to see that kind of mistake.
Antonio Blakeney's checked in for Lauri Markkanen. Levine looking around. The 3. That one misses. And so it's the Toronto Raptors enjoying a 12-point lead as they talk things over during the break. They've got their field goal percentage to thank for that. They've been hot from all over the floor tonight. And now let's...
Thank you, Kevin. Here with Kyle Lowry. Kyle, you came out strong to take advantage in the first half. Were you pleased with the effort?
Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the...
Yo, listen up. Obviously, we're not playing great, but if we clean it up a little bit, we can get back on track. All right, sense of urgency. Every rebound, every loose ball, every cut to the basket, do it with purpose. All right? That includes you too, Che. All right, you're playing hard, but your energy's about here. It's got to be here. And all of you have got to do a better job of keeping your composure. All right, if a play breaks down, don't freelance. Run the second option, the third option. All right, we practice this stuff, so use it. Up the intensity, trust the system. You can still win this game, guys. All right, so bring it in. Win on 3. 1, 2, 3. Win.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side. Here's Ibaka. He's checked in for the Raptors. Fred VanVleet comes in for Kyle Lowry. Inside, it's Young and Markkanen. Then there's Murray, and it's Blakeney in at the 2. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago.
Well, defensively, to me, you've got to do a better job communicating once the screen comes.
The Raptors have gone 1 for 1, making their previous attempt at the line. And only 6 feet tall in shoes, Fred VanVleet's not the biggest, but his toughness strength, his toughness, mentally and physically, is unquestioned.
And Kevin, growing up in Rockford, Illinois, gave him that perspective. Friends and family gone too soon. Basketball was the path to something better.
For Chicago, they have made 4 free throws from the line and missed 2. And good on the second, so he makes them both. Raptors leading by 11. And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, there's not a lot of NBA players who come from Finland. Now there's Lauri Markkanen. Before him, there was Hanno Matala, who was actually Lauri's high school coach. Markkanen is soft-spoken and family-focused, but he says everything starts from basketball. All the decisions I make are based on if it helps me on the basketball court. Kevin?
Terrific attitude. David, thanks. High post shot. Good. He hits the jump shot. He's got 7. Toronto's gone into a slump here from three-point range, shooting just 1 of 5 here in the third. Got a piece of it. Undrafted out of Wichita State, Fred VanVleet, never the most heralded player, Doris. But you know, he says he bet on himself, and it's worked.
No doubt. VanVleet.
Here's Lowry. And so Toronto takes this one, but by a big margin. They came in here and took care of business like they were the home team.
And Kevin, how about the mental toughness that this group showed? They were never rattled at all by the opposing fans.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you later.
Season, Hornet. The games? Well, yeah, of course. I'm itching for some NBA action, but that's not what I'm talking about. What I like is how everyone thinks they know how things are going to play out, and every year there are surprises, and every single year, that's what happens. Look at Sacramento last year. Everyone counted them out, and they won, what, 40 games? Something like that?
39.
Right. Which wasn't, like, incredible, but people were saying they were going to be one of the worst teams in the league. So for me, those kinds of surprises are something I really look forward to. And speaking of which, we're going to hit you with some preseason power rankings. But first, a couple of songs for you. We'll be right back with more Hank and the Hornet only on 98.9 The Flex.